Yep, you recognised it. Mk1 Capri. What are we on today? Well, front brake discs came up on the MOT as buckled and warped, shown up on the brake monitor tester. And if I'm honest, they have been getting worse. When you put your foot on the brake, it judders like mad. So at some point in its life, not me because I've only driven it 1,000 miles, somebody has stood with their foot on the brake pedal with hot discs, probably at traffic lights or something. And that means we've got to put on new discs, new pads, and get it back on the road. Okay, it's not rocket science, it's so simple, it's unbelievable. Basically, we've got the wheel hub with a disc bolted behind it, we've got a brake caliper with a pair of brake pads, obviously double piston in terms of piston each side, not 4 pots, 2-pot piston, and a copper brake line. So we've got to get that off and out of the way and hanging up out the way so it doesn't get damaged, and then take off the centre hub nut for the front wheel hub, take off the whole lot together, turn it round, undo the bolts, put the new disc on. It's as easy as that, assuming them bolts come undone. So let's get to it. Okay, first off, 2 3/4 inch AF bolts at the back. Hold the caliper on, likely to be pretty tight. Right, we just support the caliper so it doesn't hang on the pipes. Hang it on the spring at the top. Just ease the pistons back a tiny bit. That should drop out just like that. Simple as that. Lovely. Right, now we've got to get the cap off of here. Split pin, little hexagon keeper plate, and underneath there is a nut. There's your keeper plate, there's your nut. That's looking good. There's no leakage there, no dirt and muck inside the seal. If you look inside there, that's all looking good. The seal is in good nick. That's in good nick. There's no grooves in it. That's fantastic. I'm happy with that. This is an aftermarket one. This is an Avo strut. This is not an original Capri Ford strut. This is a coilover adjustable strut that was fitted by the guy before me, or the race people, whoever used it then. But it's not standard. And it is looking in really good condition. Plenty of clean grease in there as well. So all I've got to do basically is take those 4 bolts off the back there, and that takes the disc off, and we're done. Okay, so they're not too tight. Looks like they've had Loctite put on them. Just the 4 bolts holding the disc on. And literally, out she comes. And there's your hub. Easy as that. Get a new disc. Okay, make sure that your hub is absolutely squeaky clean. No bits of grit or dust or anything on there. Make sure the corner is really clean and tidy. A little bit of maybe copper slip on there, just to stop it from seizing to the hub in the future. Get the new disc. Bolt holes line up. Just a little bit of Loctite on the threads because there's no spring washers on these. It says there should be in the book, but Loctite is where it's at these days, I guess. Now we go down diagonal, so it definitely goes on square, and the torque setting is 30 to 35 pounds-feet according to the book. Yeah, not much, is it? not much at all. There you go, job done. Let's put it back on. Okay, bearing goes on. You don't want masses of grease, you're just wasting grease. Just enough to lubricate it. Grease doesn't flow like oil does. All you need to do is just put grease in the bearing, and it's already well greased. I'm happy with it. Then you put on the lock-in tab washer so that doesn't turn when it's in, doesn't lock the nut on. That just stops the washer from turning and spinning while the bearing's going round. Then we do this up till we feel a little bit of resistance on the hub. That's the bearings, and you don't want them tight. Just keep spinning it, it will tighten again, and then it will stop moving, and that'll be a bit tight. Now that won't spin. See, I can't get that to spin because it's now preloaded. We need to take it off about a quarter of a turn. No noise, doesn't come in and out, lateral movement's good. Then we're putting on our hexagon keeper plate that's going to go over there, and always put in a new split pin. What's the question? Do we do it this way over the top of the stud and down the side, or should you turn it round the shaft? I've always done it this way, always, because I think it's neater, and if I'm honest, I don't actually think it makes much of a difference. It's not going to come undone either way. There we go, and we're in. Last thing on is the cap. That's it, done. Now we've just got to change the brake pads. Right, 2 caliper bolts into the back. Get a Loctite on the threads. Again, there's no locking tabs or spring washers on this for whatever reason. And the torque setting is 50 pounds-feet. There we go. One R-clip, easy. This one, however, is turned, so not so easy. But it always comes out in the end. 1 pin top. 2 pin bottom. One pad out. 2 pads out, and they've got an anti-squeal plate on them as well, so don't get them mixed up. They go to the top. There's an arrow on it. This is the top. I'm putting new brake pads on because I've got new discs, and I thought I may just as well do it. So that's what I'm going to do. Quinton Hazel is what I've used. There is so much discussion about what's best, what should you do. I think I explained on the Jag. Unless you're doing something really special with the car, standard fitment is all you need. And at the moment I'm not doing anything particularly special with this car, but at some point in the future I may be uprating the brakes. But these brakes on here are actually pretty good, to be fair. So even with warped discs, so I'm expecting these to be even better. They come with new squeal pads, so we don't have to put the old ones in. And they're all very, very similar. Just go and get some copper slip. Just one in. One pin in. Two pins in. Jobbed. Have a quick look. There we go. Lovely. Happy days. So we've got wheel hub on, bolts torqued on the disc, caliper on, bolts torqued on the caliper, new discs, new pads. We've done up the hub nut, we've put the split pin in, it's all good, everything's turning exactly what we want to hear. Fantastic. Let's do the other side. And just like that, right hand side was done too. Crikey, these cards are easy to work on. It's such a breath of fresh air compared to the Jag, that's for sure. What a fantastic car. So easy to do stuff on these things. Anyway, if you've never done it before, you know now how to do it. Brakes and discs, simple as. If you enjoyed the video, then click the like button. If you'd like to make any comments, that would be great to hear from you. And if you want to keep up with what we're doing on the Capri, on anything else we've got going on the channel, just check out our playlist, check out our channel, see what we're doing. If you're into tractors, if you're into Land Rovers or classic cars, we've got them. Until the next time, take care and bye for now. And I'm going to go off and enjoy this now.